The four-day Bio International Convention opened today with more than 15,000 delegates from around the world. Companies are showcasing their latest research and development in biotechnology, life science, energy, health, and more. Here with a highlight of the convention hotspots is Todd Gillenwater with a California Healthcare Institute, an affiliate with the Bio Convention. And welcome.
Thanks so much for having me today.
Now, Todd, how many countries will be represented in this convention, and why is it important to have it here in San Diego?
There will be about 65 countries represented at the convention this week. And in terms of why it's here in San Diego is one of the world-leading clusters of biotechnology innovation. Biotechnology was born in California, and San Diego then and today continues to really lead the world in the research, in the investment, in the innovation, in the jobs.
And there's some big names also coming as far as to the convention as keynote speakers. Tell us, give us some highlights there.
Really excited to have Sir Richard Branson and Hillary Clinton, two visionary guests, two visionary speakers who we're excited to hear from in terms of the opportunities and the challenges that our world faces. And we see biotechnology as a solution to many of those challenges and to many of those opportunities.
Now, San Diego hasn't hosted this conference since I think 2008, which is actually a really long time in the biotechnology world. What are some of the major advances that we can expect to see so many years later here this time around?
A couple of the advances that we've seen, one in terms of the mapping of the human genome and the driving forward of the science of genomics. California, San Diego leads the way in that area as well. A company up the street, Illumina. So really excited about the discussions around genomics and what that means in terms of the promise of personalized or precision medicine.
And what about the consumer aspect to that? Because one thing about genomics is that now it's affordable and within reach to the average consumer.
Biotechnology in general is really helping drive forward the consumerization of science, and especially in terms of medical treatments. The advances that companies like Illumina and so many of the other smaller companies that are going to be represented this week at the convention are really driving forward toward that promise of consumer medicine, personalized medicine, precision medicine, and digital health, which is another exciting area.
And so that's part of the convention. What about the attendees? What do they get out of it by coming to this giant convention?
The opportunities that exist this week for emerging companies, for entrepreneurial companies, for startups, to engage with partners, to engage with the companies that probably you and I might be more familiar with, the Lillys, the Johnson & Johnson, Genentech, and Amgens, the partnering opportunities that really exist there to help ensure that these entrepreneurial firms and companies and the science that behind them have the opportunity to really move forward.
And kind of connect with sort of the big boys, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
What about the economic impact here on San Diego's biotech industry? It might be nice for people to come back, but does it have much of an impact on our industry here?
Absolutely. The convention is, of course, we're thrilled to have it here in San Diego. In terms of the number of attendees, 15,000 people here in town this week. The contribution of the convention, though, is really maybe a representation of what this sector means to San Diego every day of every year in terms of the number of jobs, the number of people who are employed here, and frankly, the jobs it supports as part of an ecosystem here in San Diego that is really driving forward a truly 21st century economy.
And how is your company, you're an affiliate with this, how is your company involved?
So the California Healthcare Institute is the statewide public policy association that represents biotechnology and the life sciences in San Diego and nationwide. And our mission and our vision is to ensure that this ecosystem, this treasure that we have here in our backyard, continues to thrive in San Diego, continues to thrive in California and across the country. So many of the topics that will be discussed this week, from the FDA to intellectual property policies and tax policy, are critically important at the state level and at the federal level, and frankly at an increasingly global level, to ensure that the research that's required, the investments that are required to really drive forward these innovations that the promise comes to bear.
All right, well, hopefully we will see you at the convention this week. Tom Gillenwater, thank you very much for joining us. And I want to let folks know that we will walk you through the hot spots at the Bio Convention tomorrow night, right here on KPBS Evening Edition.